Hi friends, I'm Victoria. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. Today is the start of a new reading vlog and I'm in the car. We're going to New York. We're heading to the airport right now. So I didn't have time to film an intro like I normally do. So I'm in the car bringing you along. But I'm so excited. We're going to have Christmas in New York and we've never been before during this time and I just can't wait. And there's Drew. Hi. But I have a couple of books on my list that I'm going to read in this vlog and I'm hoping to get to them. I was trying to be easy on myself because I'm sure we're going to be super busy, but at least while we're at the airport and on the plane and stuff, I figured I could read a bit then. The first book I have on my list is The Vanderbeekers of 141st Street by Karina Yan Glaser. This one is kind of a classic. I feel like it's been around for a long time, but it's a juvenile fiction and we're following this family that's lived in this brownstone in New York, and it's leading up to Christmas time and they find out that their landlord is not going to renew their lease. And we're following these 5 siblings as they're trying to save their apartment so that they do not have to move out. Sounds very cozy, wholesome, and perfect for the season because we're in New York and it's Christmas time, so it should just be nice and cozy and whimsical for our trip. And then the next book I have on my list is a new release. I feel like this one has kind of been all over the place recently, but it's called You Better Watch Out, and it's by James S. Murray and Darren Wearmouth. In this one, we're following these 5 people that have been abducted, and it's around Christmas time, and I believe there's 5 of them, and they are being held in this strange complex. And I don't know if the complex is like Christmas decorated or what it is, but it's saying that the killer has like his own little gated community or something where he is holding these people hostage and they're like having to go through these different games and they're being picked off one by one. So it's giving like Saw but Christmassy. So we shall see. I don't know if it'll be any good. I figured most books like this are just kind of like, okay, just more for the feels and the vibes. So I'm okay with that too. And yeah, it's a pretty short one. Both of these are pretty short and I thought they would be perfect to read in this vlog just while we're doing all the things. But we're really excited. We have some plans. We're gonna go see a show. We're gonna go to a fancy restaurant that we've been wanting to go to, and of course see all the lights and the trees and all the things. So I'm so excited to have you along for the ride. Okay, it is Friday morning and we made it to New York. Our flight was a little delayed, but we got to the hotel at like 1:20 a.m. and it's like 9 a.m. now and we're ready to go and start bopping around. But I was able to finish the Vanderbeekers of 141st Street on the plane and I really enjoyed it. It's super cozy and wholesome. We have these 5 kids and their parents tell them that their landlord is not renewing their lease and they've lived there for 6 years, and the kids are really just like trying to go around, start petitions, doing different things, trying to appeal to their landlord, and their landlord has not been outside. He's kind of like a hermit and he hasn't left the building in many years, and they kind of just learn about his past and more about him. And you know, Christmas comes, they're decorating the tree and they're doing like lots of cozy things. It's Christmas morning. It ends up being just like a really warm and cozy and wholesome kind of book. I really liked our characters. We're following these 5 kids and one of them is like really rambunctious, one is super smart, she plays violin, and then we have these twins and it's just really sweet. I loved all the characters. I thought the kids were really funny and they were just, you know, trying to do their best to solve the issue because they did not want to move and their parents could not afford to stay in the area. So it's not as Christmassy as I wanted it to be, though. I would have liked a little bit more of Christmas, but it is really fun. They're, you know, walking around the city. Their apartment is in Harlem, and they're just like walking around, going to different places and seeing different people, and there's wreaths on buildings and trees and all the things, so I did enjoy that a lot. I definitely recommend it, especially like if you have kids or something to read with them. It would be a really fun read that you would enjoy as well, but really like that. And then I started listening to Better Watch Out this morning while I was getting ready, and I'm 25% in. I'm kind of flying through, but we start out with these 5 people. They have been abducted, and they wake up and they're basically in this like replica town. It feels almost like a TV set or something, but it's this town as it was in 1936, and they're like in the Adirondacks. One of them wakes up in a bar, one wakes up in a church, but like nothing's actually real, and they could tell like it's a pretty newly built area, little town, but it's just like a replica of this town that they're from 1936. And we already find out early on that like these people aren't very good, and you're just like wondering, what do they all have in common? Why are they all here? And we've already had someone get picked off, so that's fun. And not a ton of Christmas as of yet either, which is funny because it is a Christmas book, like the cover, very Christmas. So I'm curious to see how that gets brought in, but it is, you know, close to Christmas. There's a blizzard. They're in the Adirondacks, and they're just trying to survive, and they're really skeptical of everything and everyone around them. So I'm excited to see where it goes from here. But today I don't know what we're gonna do. I think we're gonna go to Bryant Park and go to the little Christmas market there and just bop around. We do have a show later tonight. It's called Hadestown. So we're gonna go see that. And yeah, I will bring you along for the ride. I'm so excited, yay. And so you may notice I am back home. It's actually quite a bit later than when we were in New York. It is December 20th today, and we ended up having a very amazing, the most perfect day on Friday in New York, and I'm very thankful and grateful for that. But I ended up getting very sick. I don't know what exactly was happening. I can only assume it was food poisoning or something along those lines. And all day Saturday and then Sunday until noon when we had to check out of the hotel, I was very ill. I was throwing up. I was having issues. I don't even understand what went wrong. And I was honestly just so sad. But it really just made me so sad. I've cried numerous times about this. I was just so excited about this trip, and we're vegan, and there's this restaurant we've dreamed about going to. It's called 11 Madison Park. It's a very famous restaurant. It's fancy. It's by far, the fanciest place we would ever go for dinner. And, when we started planning this trip last March, well, Drew actually got this trip for me for my birthday, and he had everything booked, and immediately we were like, oh my gosh, we got to go to 11 Madison Park. And we booked it, we got a reservation, and they do make you pay when you make the reservation. So we had already paid for this meal, and we were supposed to go at 5:30 p.m. on Saturday. And I tried to root and rally, because if you just don't show up, you lose out on that money, and it was a lot of money. And I had been sick, throwing up all day, and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna try to root and rally and make it happen. Maybe once I get ready, get outside, I'll start feeling better. And so I got ready and we went, and they brought the first course, and I had to run to the bathroom. I was like, there's no way. I was so nauseous. I was like, I'm gonna throw up in this fancy restaurant, like one of the world's best restaurants, and throw up in front of all these people trying to have a really nice dinner that they paid an arm and a leg for. And I was just like, mixed the anxiety of that mixed with me already being so nauseous and having stomach problems. I was like, it's a nightmare. And after I went to the bathroom, I came back. I tried to sit and reconvene, and Drew was already like, we don't have to go. And I was like, no, we're going. And the service there is incredible. I've never experienced anything like it in just that short, we were there for 20 minutes. And they saw, they could tell something was wrong. And one of the guys came up to me, and he was just like, I wanted to check to see if everything's okay. And I let him know. I think I said, I'm having nausea problems, and I'm so sorry. I'm just trying to take it really slow. And he was like, okay, that's fine. Take your time. And I sat there for a few more minutes, and Drew's like, this is silly. It's okay. We can come back another time. He's like, I know how excited you were. And he was too, of course. But you're not enjoying it, and why are we here? You need to go, you're sick. So, we told the waiter, and we were just like, we're so sorry, but we're gonna have to leave. And they were so kind, so generous, and they gave us the manager's phone number, and they were like, we would like to make this right. And I was like, okay, great. So maybe we can reschedule and come back next month or something. And but I was still so sad. I was so upset. And I got back home literally within 20 minutes. I threw up again. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so glad we left. And I'm sorry if you're squeamish about this stuff, but I'm just telling you what happened. And it was just the worst day ever. I hadn't been stomach sick like that in a really, really long time. And I was still sick through Sunday morning. And Sunday morning at 8 a.m., I was like, we had to check out of this hotel at noon. And I don't know what we're gonna do. I'm gonna have to do something. I don't know. So I did a phone telehealth appointment, and I talked with a doctor. They prescribed me Zofran, thank God. And I was able to pick that up. That was kind of a whole ordeal, because the original pharmacy that I did it to was closed on Sundays, and then we had to reroute it and wait. it was a whole thing, and I feel really bad. Like, Drew was honestly so kind and amazing through the whole thing. Like, he was really, really nice, and I was just really emotional and down, and I was just so upset with myself and like that this was happening right now. Like, it's out of my hands, but I still like felt so bad for like ruining the trip for us. And but Drew, I mean, we sat at the pharmacy until they filled my prescription and everything. And yeah, I mean, I think at first I thought I was hungover, but this was not hangover. I think I must have gotten food poisoning. We did get a snack at a bodega at like, this is late, at like 11:30 p.m. And that must have did me in. Like, something must have not been right or not been vegan, maybe. Like, I'm also lactose intolerant, so, and I haven't, actually eaten dairy in 8 years. So it's like when I do accidentally eat something like that, I get very sick. So I think that's probably what might have happened. So yeah, it was just bad times, bad, everything was bad and sad. But once I got that Zofran, it did help me, and I was able to check out of the hotel. We went and sat, and Drew was hungry, so we went and sat. He, got some food, and I ate a couple bites. I was like, I'm feeling a little bit better since I took this medicine. And I did start to feel better, thank goodness. Like, around 4 p.m., I was like, okay, I'm not nauseous anymore. And that was like the main thing. Like, I hate being nauseous so much. Is it nausea? I hate having nausea. I don't know if like I'm using the right word at all, but so yeah, it just ended up being not the best trip. I'm just grateful that I was able to do like that telehealth appointment, get some medicine, and start feeling better towards the end of the day. And then, but I was just like exhausted afterwards. I feel like emotionally I was so bummed and upset about it. And I kept trying to find like these silver linings. Like, at least Friday we did all of the Christmas things. And that was like the big thing. I was like, I'm so excited we're here for Christmas. We did all the Christmas things. So I'm very grateful and I feel so fortunate for that. But I'm just bummed that the rest of the trip was, messed up because I got sick. But it is what it is. But I've cried numerous times since then, just about feeling bad about it, having Drew's trip ruined too, and, the money spent on that reservation. And Drew emailed them about rescheduling. We didn't hear back. He emailed them again, and they emailed back last night. And I was like, thank God, because I was really it was so much money. And I was just like, really felt awful, like sick to my stomach that we spent that money if it just like went to waste. It's $400 a person. Like, that's a ridiculous amount of money. And we had like, we knew from March to like now that we were gonna go, and made plans for that. I didn't know if they were gonna email us back, and I was feeling really sick about it on top of already being sick, just mentally, physically. No sun, it's dark outside. I was struggling. I have a pile of laundry taller than me quite literally, piled up. I haven't done anything. I haven't read anymore. The last clip I was talking about, Better Watch Out, I did not finish that book. I didn't read anymore since my last update. So it is what it is. And I am just happy that I feel better now. I feel like the last couple of days, I've felt better physically, but mentally I've just had a hard time. And I have a hard time around this time of year every single year. It's just what happens. I feel like the tides have turned a little bit just for me, especially in the past couple of days. And then when they emailed us yesterday that we could reschedule, and we actually rescheduled for January, like mid-January. So we're going back, and we don't have to pay again, and that is so amazing, and I'm very grateful to them for that. So because they didn't have to do that, so that was really nice. And yeah, so we're going back. Everything's good. Everything's fine. It's about to be Christmas. I feel like I'm, my mood's changing and I'm feeling better. So that is good. I feel like I really needed to just stop and not do anything. And just like, I've just been sitting. I've watched so much TV. I've been lounging around. I haven't gone to the gym at all, which isn't good. Like, that helps my mental health a lot. But so I just felt like I needed rest in general. And on top of it, work is crazy right now. I've been pulled into so much stuff just to get things knocked out before end of year, and I'm kind of racing against the clock on some things because I am off not the full week of Christmas, but I'm off Christmas Eve through that Friday. So I'm like trying to get so much done. I'm like getting pulled into things that aren't even my job, and just it's chaotic. And I feel like all I could focus on was just like doing my, usual 9 to 5 and getting that done and just resting and chilling. And that was like the best that I could do. And you know what? That's fine. I'm proud of myself for that and just taking the time. So I want to say thank you all so much. You were all so kind and sent me so many well wishes and just really sweet, and I appreciate you so much. As far as my wrap ups, I'm going to film November and December together, simply because I haven't read much at all in December. I plan on starting a book today, but otherwise I've only read one book this month. So I'm just gonna do a wrap up with those two together in early January. And again, thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I hope you have an amazing holiday. I hope you stay healthy and everything goes well for you. I hope you have an amazing spooky rest of your day. I will chat with y'all later.